Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday. It is time for another Sit on the Couch with Dr. Triphi. I've been having these meaningful conversations with people I find interesting, and I want to hear their thoughts. And I think you want to hear their thoughts too. So, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, look, we had our naturopathic friend, Mr. Fitz Tavernier Sr., and you all was so excited about the information that he was offering that you asked me to have him come on again. And I'm so happy to tell you that he's back. Tonight, we're talking about menopause and andropause. He's going to explain. He's going to explain a lot more about what these are, what they look like, and how we can manage the changes using natural methods. So I'm going to welcome him in. Mr. Tavernier, welcome back. It's good to see you again.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to be back.
I'm so happy you could make it back. I appreciate you coming on.
Welcome.
Yes. So tonight feels like it's going to be a bit of a lesson. Look, I have my notebook. I have a handy dandy notebook, so I myself can take notes. So we're going to dive in. We're not going to waste much of the time. We're going to dive in. We're talking about these topics because I was thinking before I came on here that my stepdad, in particular, there were 10 of us in the house. And, so when you have a lot of kids in the house, you go through all kinds of conversations, topics come up. When we started broaching these kinds of subjects, he would say, Timon Pejalzola, which in Creole, I'm originally from Dominica, is hush your mouth, right? Be quiet about these kinds of topics in front of him and my mom. So, depending on what family you grew up in, these kinds of topics, you were not really privy to that information. And your elders went through these passages of life and they kind of kept a lot of this information to themselves. So I'm very grateful that you're on here to talk about this. So what is menopause? What is menopause?
Okay, but before we start, because we live in the US, right, there's something to say before we start, and that is
all right.
The information given on Dr. Triphi platform tonight from me has not been approved by the FDA. It's for educational purposes. If you have any serious issue, please consult your medical practitioner. Okay, we get rid of that part, right?
There you go.
What I do is, you remember, analyze, evaluate, educate, and suggest.
Analyze, evaluate, educate, and suggest. You do not prescribe. Yes, do not diagnose. Yes.
Yeah, because when you are board certified naturopathic doctor, traditional, you're not licensed, so you don't do those things, right? Okay, so I stay in my lane, okay?
Yes.
So what I do is natural, based on natural stuff. So
Very
menopause,
nice.
whoa, what an interesting topic. Yeah. As I said last time, there was one lady that walked into my wellness office, wellness shop office, and she said to me, I'm a monster on the job. And I said, oh, and I looked at her, I said, Meno? She said, yes. All right. So menopause. So it's broken up into different things. So menopause, first you have pre-menopause.
Right.
And that is the years of experience in a menstrual cycle. So that is premenopause. Years of experience in menstrual cycle is called premenopause. Then we have perimenopause. And that takes place before menopause. Now it has two parts that will come to that. Now, perimenopause is initiated by the fluctuation of hormones. And the two hormones we're looking at particularly is estrogen and progesterone. So remember that, estrogen and progesterone.
And progesterone.
Yeah, serious hormones. We'll talk about it later. So Dr. Triphi, bring it up. Right. Now, perimenopause can begin in the 40s, in your 40s, But there are times it can take place in the mid-30s. That
So from
can
the
happen.
30s. Okay.
Right. Now, the average years of perimenopause is 4 years, but it can take from 2 to 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Average 4 years, but it can take from 2 to 10 years. Remember, women in different places are different, different climate, different weather, different medical history, different things happening in their life.
Diet.
It can take place at different times. Oh, good. So we have premenopause, perimenopause, no, menopause. Now, here's the thing. You reach menopause when it's been 12 months since your last period. So you can only say you have menopause when it's 12 months after your last period. That's normal menopause. Normal menopause. Because we'll be talking about the different types of menopause. For normal menopause. So the date marks the end of your menstrual cycle and reproductive capabilities. So it means
so you
that
can't have babies after those 12 months.
right. And in Creole, how do you say? Du passant fait zafa encore.
Encore.
Right.
Yes.
My Creole not so good, but
Ça fini.
if fini. Yes, zafa. No more zafa.
Not yourself. Okay, so you can't do in vitro, you cannot do no kind of nothing. All that finished.
Well, I'm not saying no for in vitro because it all goes back to the ovary.
Okay.
Producing the egg.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying there?
I do. I do.
Right,
I do.
good.
Yes. So you cannot produce the egg anymore, but if you had maybe some frozen somewhere, who knows, right?
Right. That's a different case altogether. Right.
Another
Good.
topic.
Right. My wife would be good on this one because she worked in infertility for about 25 years, I think.
Oh, wow.
Medical assistant in the infertility. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So now the average age for menopause is 51 years.
Okay.
That's the average age. Normal, we're talking about normal menopause.
Normal.
Is 51 years, right? But the range is from 45 years to 55 years.
Okay.
We have that clear?
Yes.
Good.
That's a big span, eh? That's a big span.
And again, it goes back to the wellness of the person, the different thing, their life, a lot of factors involved in that.
Right.
And so the ovary cease releasing eggs and also cease from producing estrogen.
Okay.
Back on estrogen again. Very critical. Good. And then the last one is called post-menopause. So let me go back again. Premenopause, perimenopause, menopause, now post-menopause.
Yes.
Post-menopause means the rest of your life after menopause.
Yes. Ooh, which is a beautiful thing.
Now, menopause is kind of one-time thing, like one-day thing, and after that is post-menopause.
Right.
And it has been said that's the other third of your life.
Right.
It's very serious. So we really need to understand. We'll see how a lot of ladies suffer not knowing how to deal with what is happening. Okay.
Yeah.
So the highest prevalence of vasomotor symptoms, you're talking about hot flashes, sweating, and heart palpitation, and so on, occur during that time. Now,
which time? During which one? During the peri or during the real?
Well, it happens in peri. We'll come back to peri.
Okay.
But are we talking about post-menopause now? But we'll come to peri soon. Don't go ahead of me. Don't rush me. Please don't rush me.
I'm not rushing the teacher. I'm not rushing the teacher.
Take a little time, Dr. Triphi. Easy. Go
easy.
In post.
Yes.
Post we're talking about. We'll go back to peri in post. So the thing is, post really the symptoms average 4 to 5 years, 4.5 years average. But those symptoms can go up to 9.5 years. That can happen.
Basically 10 years. Okay.
Right. Good. Okay. So now, Dr. Triphi, we can talk about what's the next one? Peri, right?
Yes.
No, not Perry, not Mr. Perry in Portsmouth. Yes, so be careful there, okay? I don't want any of his kids that might be listening to your program, right? So perimenopause. So perimenopause is interesting, and they put it in two phases.
Okay.
Phase 1, perimenopause. and phase 2 perimenopause. Now, in phase 1, you have what we call estrogen dominance. So a lot of estrogen is produced during that time.
Okay.
Right. And you can have, most women, or it's been said, could have shorter cycles,
Okay.
menstrual cycles during that
So
time.
kind of like your body is prepping you.
Right.
Your body was prepping you.
For what? For the hurricane that is to come.
Yes.
I sound like a Dominican now, yeah? So what do we have? Very painful periods. Some women can have some very painful periods. Some have flooding periods, a lot of bleeding.
A lot of
And
people, yeah.
during that time, some people can have endometriosis. I hope I pronounce it. My wife is not there, but she's familiar with those terms.
Yes, yes, yes.
Breast cysts is common during that time. Fibroid tumors can occur during that time, and painful breasts. That's in the first phase of perimenopause. Yeah. In the second phase, remember the first phase was you have a lot of estrogen.
Yeah,
in the
estrogen dominant.
Right. In the second phase now, you have estrogen depletion. So less estrogen now. Remember, we're moving up the hill.
Right.
Okay, we're moving up. Is the Tukari Hill? Where that hill? Tukari Clifton.
Tukari, Monalui, Okoye.
Okay, right. We're moving up the hill now. Hot flashes, but in the second phase, the cycle is longer. Periods can be longer now. So you have hot flashes, vaginal dryness, brain fog. Brain fog now starts getting common now.
What is brain fog?
Huh?
What is brain fog?
When you're not thinking too clearly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you're forgetting, right, yeah, Julie? Your brain feels like it's full. Your head feels like it's full.
Yeah. Concentration not there as it should. Focusing not there as it should. I mean, you know more on this. That's your field.
Yes.
We'll talk a little more about it. Wherever your field come in, just let it out.
That's
migraines. Migraines is common during that time. Depression.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah, it starts, yeah. And also urinary urgency. As a Dominican local term, we would say, you always want to pee.
Yeah.
It's like, I need to go to the restroom. In America, we say go to the restroom.
Right.
Dominica, we say we're going to the toilet. I don't know if they still say it like that.
Le pisser.
Le pisser in Creole. Okay. So those people that do not speak Creole, we just letting out the Dominican thing now because a lot of Dominicans on the platform. Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Enjoy it. Okay. Let me get back now. Professional. Okay. Good. Not only urinary frequency, but the urgency, urinary urgency is always, not
often. You always want to go. Like you might have just gone an hour and you want to go again.
Right. Yeah. Also heart palpitation. So basically.
And heart palpitations is
like your
heart's beating fast.
Yes, and right. So now we don't want to go too deep in some things because we don't want to sound like we treating stuff. Right. Okay. Right, good. Now, so we have just spoken about perimenopause, right? And we talk about the two phases. Now let's get into there are different types of menopause, how menopause occur, how it come about. So that's why in the beginning I said something. I said referring to normal menopause, but now let's look at the types, how it come about.
And that's a very interesting area to cover because you know how somebody might tell you, well, I went through this, and the other person might say, well, that didn't happen to me, right? And one person thinks, well, something is wrong with them, or so it's great that you're going into that. I'm listening.
Yeah. So you can interject. It's your program. Go ahead. Right. So let's get into the types of menopause, and we need to. Let me just go down a little rabbit trail. What has happened? Okay, I might be wrong, I might be right, but I think during menopause, a lot of people get broken heart because men sometimes don't understand what's happening to the women. There's more arguments over all kinds of little petty things or important things or good things or bad things or whatever. But people, just emotional because one can't understand each other. So I really want your audience to really, really not only take it in for themselves, but people that they know, talk to them about it, help them. because a lot
Right.
of divorce and separation can take place during those times.
For
You know what I'm talking about, emotional issues. Right.
For sure.
So premature menopause, and that occurs before age 40. Premature menopause before age 40. And that happened to some ladies, and people sometimes say weird things about them, like some strange things happen to you. No, it's normal.
Right.
Can I say that again? It's normal. It happens. Right.
Yeah.
So it happens before age 40. And it can bring a rush of issues such as hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, mental fogginess. The issues are not different from other types. It's the timing that defines premature type. So it happens before 40. It's early, really early. And some women feel embarrassed. You don't have to feel embarrassed. No, it happens. Then there is the sudden menopause. So we move from premature, before 40, now to the sudden menopause. And that results from surgery. When people remove their ovaries, they had issues, so they remove the ovaries. Or some people have taken chemotherapy or radiation treatment for cancer, and that can cause ovarian failure or dysfunction. So the ovary can fail to produce eggs or cannot function anymore because of radiation or cancer treatment. People have to be aware of that too.
Right.
Then you have physical, emotional stress, and that can throw a woman into hormonal havoc and cause the ovaries to shut down. So women that go through terrible emotional stress in their life, I think you like to use the word trauma.
Yeah.
Emotional trauma, physical, I mean serious trauma in their life, that can cause hormonal havoc.
You know, even something people don't think about is something like grief. Like a sudden death, a sudden loss of somebody close to you. It plays havoc on your hormones, right? Your kids leave home to go off to college. It's very scary and stressful for many parents. And that's about the time that many kids are leaving home, to go off. Yeah.
That is true. I remember when our first son, Junior, my first son, don't mix him with me. He's a medical doctor. So I hope people hear. So he's the medical guy, I'm the naturopathic guy. And matter of fact, he asked me about what's going to happen tonight, because we always chat. That's a nice, we complement each other.
Oh.
Yeah. So sorry for the rabbit trail, but back to it again.
Right. You were saying when he
when he went to college, you can see Fran was over concerned. It's like she was traumatized. I hope she's not hearing me now. But now I realizing, why mothers get so concerned when their kids go into college, and that all these things, as you said, grief, kids problem, husband problem, wife
work problem.
Name it, Dr. Triphi.
Yeah.
That can create an issue.
For sure.
Right. And cause ovaries to shut down. That can happen. Strong negative emotional issues on the body. Also, there's no perimenopause. So it's a sudden menopause. So there's no perimenopause. So think of that. Think of that shock on the body. Boom.
Yes. Yeah. It didn't get to climb up the hill. Like you were saying, it didn't get to start climbing up the hill. So it just whoosh up.
Yeah, you're at the bottom of the hill and all of a sudden, boom.
Right. Wow.
Am I too dramatic?
No, you're perfect. You're just fine.
So that's sudden, abrupt. It's sudden and abrupt. It's more intense. You have more intense issues. It's like a shock to the woman's system. So that's why women that have that operation or whatever on the ovaries, sometimes they behave so unstable. And they themselves don't even understand why they are behaving that way.
Right.
So don't blame yourself, sister. It's the body, hormones. The more we understand the work of hormones in the body, the more we'll understand ourselves.
Ourselves.
Yeah. So you have the premature menopause, sudden menopause. Now let's look at the full throttle menopause.
Okay.
No, let me take a little rabbit trail. You
Mm-hmm.
remember when we were young, long time ago in Dominica, and your parents would tell you, go and clean the yard, wash the dishes, do your little chores, and we would forget and go
Mm-hmm.
and play hoop, hopscotch, cricket, whatever. And all of a sudden, sometimes you would hear whoop, and you would hear whoa yo yo.
Yes. Yes, they
Remember
snuck up
this?
on you. Yeah.
Man is whoop, and you hear the whoa yo yo. So
Yeah.
I call this one the whoa yo yo menopause.
Wow.
It is called the full throttle menopause. And here why? There's intense symptoms in every direction, in body and mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not just the mind feeling the effects, but the body feel effects. And the
Yeah.
woman is overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And sometimes she feels very weak.
Confused. You're like, you don't
Confused.
recall yourself. That doesn't feel like me. Yes. I don't recognize this person.
So
What's happening to me?
that's why I call it the wo yo yo menopause.
Yes.
It's like boom, bam, and it's like you get this, you are disoriented very often.
Yes.
Am I too dramatic?
You're perfect. Y'all, is it too dramatic? I don't think so.
What
I
I'm
don't
saying,
think so.
if people understand what women are going through during that time, they'll have more mercy, be more compassionate to them. If if husbands or significant other or fiance or boyfriend or whatever, understand that if you have someone at that age or in that phase, you're better able to, I would say, cope with them, be more compassionate, be more loving, and be more understandable, and there'll be less, problems, so to speak.
Yeah.
Then now, this is your field now. You have the mind altering menopause.
Mm-hmm.
And that mainly involves mood shifts,
Yeah.
anxiety,
Yeah.
depression, irritability, mood
Mm-hmm.
swings, cognitive changes, brain fog,
Mm-hmm.
poor concentration, memory issues.
For sure.
Talk a
For
little
sure.
on that, please. Take a little on that, please.
Look, I'm actually going to talk about it like from a personal perspective. It's like it feels like you are not yourself. So you're trying to continue your life as usual. And you know who you are, you know yourself, right? You know how quickly. I mean, I remember once, and it was in the middle of a grief stage as well, a grief state. I can eat up work. I used to say I chew rocks for, like stress, I can chew it up, right? I am not bothered. And I remember looking at a computer, trying to get some work done. And talk about brain fog. It felt like, I might have been staring at the computer for an hour. And I finally gave up because I said, I'm not going to get anywhere. I don't remember this kind of sensation in my body, where I just could not concentrate, but I could not concentrate on a simple thing. Well, what used to be simple for me.
Right.
So it is very, it changes you, like it alters you for that span of time. Yeah, it's very destabilizing is the word. It's very destabilizing. You feel like you are not yourself. And you start to worry. I think many women, we worry that we will not come back to ourselves.
Right.
So our anxiety goes up higher, right? Talk about the heart palpitations and you think, well, am I dying? What is happening here, right? Until you go to the doctor, you get a workup and they start helping you understand more of what is going on and help you to make some adjustments.
Yeah. I see Bushman put something there which is good, but I will come back to that. Yeah.
Yes.
Then the number 5, after the mind altering menopause, now we have the seemingly never-ending menopause. The seemingly never-ending menopause.
So like those symptoms, they just carry on. Yeah.
Well, what happens? What really happens is that some of the symptoms. So you go. It's like, okay, things are going away, but every now and then it comes back.
Like a flare up.
Yeah. It's like, I can't get the patois word. See, I should have learned patois better. Because patois puts a flavor to it. It's like, when Ikaviniako.
Oui. Like another wave, like
Yeah,
another
when that thing
wave.
ending now, I thought it gone and it coming back
Yeah,
again, you know, it don't,
I
it don't
got
make it
you.
good.
I got you.
Right, good. So
Yeah.
then so you have one or more symptoms coming back, like dizziness and so on, low libido, hot flashes, and so on.
Mhm.
Then now you have the last one is the silent menopause.
Oh, wow.
And in the silent menopause,
Mm.
these women hardly encounter symptoms during menopause.
Mm.
Hardly. And there was one person I met, and she said, Fitz, I never had those issues. And there are women like that, hardly had
Mm.
any issues as
Yeah.
such. Yeah, so these are the different menopause. No, I think Bushman put on something and he was talking about the different things. So now we can talk about issues, or
Mhm.
medical people use it with symptoms.
Yeah.
Right. And we're going to give you some from A to Z.
Yeah.
You ready for them?
Okay. Let's go.
Acne, anxiety, bloating, brain fog, breast tenderness, burning mouth or burning gums, decreased sexual sensation, depressed moods, difficulty concentrating or focusing, dry skin, frequent urinary tract infection, hair loss, hair thinning, heart palpitation, hot
Whew.
flashes, insomnia, joint aches and pains, lack of motivation, low sexual desire, low energy, mood swings, nausea, night sweats, pain during sexual intercourse, swelling in the extremities, trouble staying asleep, vaginal dryness, vertigo, weight gain.
That's a tsunami. That's a tsunami
All
of
of the women have to go through,
symptoms. Mhm.
and some women go through a lot. As I was
Yeah.
saying, maybe some women on the line, maybe giving a checklist. Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's it's a hard life, man, for
It's a,
some women, man.
it's a tough period. It's tough. Yeah.
And that's why I said earlier on, if men understand
Hmm.
that stage of a woman's life and
Yeah.
learn to be patient with them, understand psychologically, emotionally what is happening,
Hmm.
they can enjoy their relationship better. But
Yeah.
taking it too hard and always mad about it.
Taking it personally,
No.
thinking that the person is attacking you. Yeah, thinking that they don't love you anymore because their body's going through all of these changes. Yeah, lower libido, lower sexual interest. Yeah,
And the
yeah.
thing is, the guy could be saying, but whatever, I'll say the Dominican way.
Mm-hmm.
The girl was behaving so good yesterday, and the woman just
Right.
changed.
You're changing upon me. Yeah, yeah. And you're right, Fitz, a lot of divorces happen then because, in addition, it coincides with the time of life with that empty nest where
Right.
the kids are leaving, they've grown enough and they're going off on their own. So, the thing that used to really bind you together, where even if you were upset, you have to take care of the kids, you want to show them that you're together.
Right.
A lot of people use that opportunity to bail out
Yeah.
instead of offering the compassion and the commitment to
And
the
that is
relationship.
time some people say, I can't take it no more. No, you know what I'm saying? I understand you cannot take the frustration from the lady, but understand she didn't put it on herself.
Hmm.
It's a stage in life.
Hmm.
Now all women don't go through all the thing I said there. So
Right,
let's be clear as crystal. But
right.
because if one woman has to go through all of that at the same time,
Yeah,
and
madness.
during that time, sometimes guys don't want to go home.
That's right. They sit in, or they come
Let's be
home,
realistic on this program.
or they come home and they sit in the car.
Yeah. And they're wondering, should I go inside? Because to
Who am
them,
I going to meet
is a
today?
monster going to be. No, she's not a monster. No,
Yeah,
it's just change. It's a change in life. She needs
yeah,
help.
yeah.
But the thing is that, and if I'm wrong, tell me. But within our community, women suffer because they feel if they talk about it, people will see them in a different light.
See
And
them less than.
that is so wrong.
Yeah, see them less than, and we've also been taught we can bear it. If you can bear labor pains, you're taught that you're strong. Just take it. Like you don't want to seem weak. even, to your spouse. So we might tell it to our friends, but many women won't tell it to their partners.
And that's why so much women are so depressed during that time. So depressed, man. It's like a dark world sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering. Yeah, you're dealing with a lot.
So the thing is, okay, people go for that. Then what are some
What do we
suggestions?
do?
Yeah, some dietary changes, things that could help. I'm not saying things will be cured automatically, but things that can help, help
Right.
the food process. A diet high in plant foods for
Okay.
hormone balancing effect. A
Always
diet
the plant food diet. Yeah.
back to the Garden of Eden. We can run away from plants, but we got to come back to it, man. Yeah,
Yes.
and one person suggested 50% of raw foods because there are raw
Mm,
foods that we can eat. There are
yeah.
some raw foods we have to boil. Don't get me wrong on the program.
Yeah.
don't try to eat dash in raw, okay? Dominican and say naturopath Fitz said to eat.
Next thing your mouth scratching you, eh?
One guy called it dashing ouch. No, we're not talking about going and eat that. We're talking about foods that you can eat raw.
Yes.
Carrots, you can eat carrots raw. I think some cabbage to some extent. So raw foods that you can eat raw, that'll be
Yes.
good during that time. Limit or take very little animal products, especially red meat.
Why?
Yeah. I don't want to go into the chemistry of it because it looks like I'm prescribing. I would prefer somebody ask me
You
the
don't
question.
you don't end up like Oprah and and that beef controversy.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
some
Yes.
things I wouldn't go into the why because I don't want to look like
Yes.
I'm prescribing. If I was in
Yes.
Dominica, I'll say what I want, how I want, but I'm in the US, so
Okay.
and
Okay.
our program can be heard in the US, so we have to be very careful. Okay,
Yes.
good.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Um, but red meat, have a lot of bees,
Limit meats.
a lot of bees, right?
With
Um,
animal products.
yeah, so we're not saying red meat is bad, but there is a reason why. Okay.
Yes.
But salmon is good at that time. Salmon is
Mm,
good.
mm.
We're talking about real salmon, yeah?
Wild caught.
Yeah. No, not grown in a net in the sea called wild caught.
Right. Real wild caught.
Right, good.
Mhm.
Sardines good. Whitefish is good. Um, now, someone indicated because I'm a researcher.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not that I'm putting my stamp of approval on it, but I will mention
Mm-hmm.
it. Probably somebody
I
can
love the
research it a little
languaging,
more. Yeah.
eh? I love the languaging.
Well, as naturopath, as a traditional naturopath, I
Right.
have to talk the language, right?
Yes.
Someone indicated that dairy and meat, you hear me, promote
Mm-hmm.
hot flashes and contribute to calcium loss.
Oh,
I'm not
really?
I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no. It's something that I'm
Oh,
looking more into.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be arrogant on this one. Something I have to do more research and verify if
Yeah.
the what measure that holds, right?
Okay,
But
wait. Okay, before you go forward, please
mm,
remind me, and if you get an opportunity, talk about calcium and how that really gets it changes a lot
yeah,
during menopause, and maybe you can help us with that a
okay,
little later.
come a
But
little.
go ahead.
Not too deep tonight, but a little, okay?
Yes,
Because
yes,
some things I don't want to go too deep into it on the
yes, yes,
platform.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
and there's a
yes,
reason why. Okay,
yes.
all right. Avoid or limit alcohol.
Mm. Stop it.
No, I'm going to prick somebody now. Caffeine. Woy, oy, oy.
I definitely had to stop.
Somebody on our
My
program
body
like
made
their
me.
coffee. No,
My
no,
body made me drink less and less intense. My body made me because it was doing like weird things. But
no.
anyway,
Bushman will tell you coffee is an herb, okay? So there's moderation of coffee. Coffee is good, but excess coffee cause coffee is an
yeah,
herb. Bushman will
yeah.
tell you more on that one, okay? But limit, limit or avoid alcohol, caffeine, sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have sweet tooth.
Yeah.
Sweet foods, cookies, cake, sweetie, candy.
But I mean, but what can you eat then? I mean,
I didn't say don't eat, I say limit. Be
you're right.
moderate.
You're right.
Moderation is the key.
You're right. Right?
Spicy
You're right.
foods, spicy foods, hot soups and hot drinks. It is said they can trigger hot flashes. Mhm.
Oh wow. So those of us who like our hot pepper or Mama Jack or
No,
Scotch bonnet.
surprisingly, be careful there. Some women, that might not do anything. The biochemistry can withstand that.
Right, right, right.
Others, based on the biochemistry, that can happen.
Mm.
So let's be
Okay.
very clear. Something can be good for the goose and not good for
Not
the.
good for the gander.
Okay.
So we have to also, that also says to pay attention to your body.
No,
listen to your body.
you're talking my language. That's what I'm trying to make. Be aware as a woman. Okay,
Yeah.
I drink some hot goat water or goat soup, whatever you call it, and then oh my god, whoa yo, chalet. And you the menopause thing, so you know what I'm saying? So just be aware.
It's in the place.
It's in the place. Let us continue. Let me be a little more professional now. Now,
It's your fault.
you can add some soy foods to your diet. Why? Because
Okay.
soy have plant, what do you call phytoestrogen, plant estrogen. Okay, we'll come to
Okay.
that later. Now, it's advisable to eat small meals instead of 3 large meals.
Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's suggestion for dietary changes. Now, some people go to supplements.
Okay.
So let's talk about supplements. Supplements, suggested supplements. I'm not saying you can take them because I'm not prescribing tonight. So these are suggestions, okay? And I think you have heard about evening primrose oil. You're familiar with that
Yes.
one? A lot of ladies familiar with this one. That's a good one to take.
Okay.
Another one is black currant seed oil. That's a good one to take. Matter of fact, I'm taking that. It's a good thing for men to take too. I'm taking it as part of my protocol.
Okay.
Dong Quai and Bushman, I think would know about Dong Quai, if I'm not mistaken. Nobody's. Why Dong Quai is high in phytoestrogen.
Okay.
Right? Red raspberry is a good one. Now, because we have, and we'll talk about the adrenal gland, but you know, when people are stressful, anxiety, and the adrenal gland is being worked up, and you know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right. You can have fatigue.
Right.
You can
So we'll talk a little on that. Licorice root is good for adrenal health. Licorice root. Licorice is good for adrenal health.
Okay.
Bushman maybe can talk on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Black cohosh
Yes.
is good for hot flashes. Bioflavonoids, I'm not going to deep in that one. People can Google that. Bioflavonoids are high in phytoestrogen. Vitamin C is recommended. Vitamin E, it's a hormone normalizer. It may reduce hot flashes. We're not prescribing, we're just giving information, okay? Vitamin B complex is good. Definitely you take during that time, vitamin B complex. Because you lose B's under stress?
Okay.
No, we know B's is B's and C's are water soluble, but you can lose B's under
Right.
stress. Good. Magnesium and calcium is very important during that time because both magnesium and calcium, now I can talk on that now because it's nutrients. Both magnesium and calcium are involved in bone formation and can help prevent osteoporosis.
Okay.
During that stage, magnesium is important to take magnesium and calcium. Now, there are different kinds of magnesium. So if someone wants to know which magnesium should I take, then I'm not going to talk about it there, but they can call me, nutrition up, and it can be discussed.
Yeah. Okay, y'all.
If I get into what to what here, to be like I prescribing. So that's why I'm not getting into that. Okay? Right. And there are different calcium too.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know which because you have calcium carbonate, calcium citrate,
Citrate.
and so on. So we don't want to get into the specifics now.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know, you could call nutrition up or speak to
Mm-hmm.
Bushman too.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Then
Mm-hmm.
now we need to talk about enzymes.
Mm.
But we're not going in depth. Maybe one
Mm-hmm.
day, if
Mm-hmm.
you are willing, we could talk about digestion. Only digestion on the
That's a
program.
big one. Yeah. Like for
A
the
big one. Right?
colon. Yeah,
So I
like
am
the
an
colon.
enzyme specialist,
Yeah.
digestive enzyme specialist. So one
Mm-hmm.
time we can just deal only digestion.
Yes.
So enzymes is critical in order to digest your food so you can get the nutrients that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Now, progesterone cream.
Okay.
Can we bring in estrogen and progesterone now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I need your permission, okay? Okay, so let's bring in estrogen and progesterone now. Okay,
Yes.
so estrogen. So there are a lot of people, I mean, people can Google and find about it, but let's talk about it. Sometimes people are afraid of talking about when you estrogen, sometimes people close their eyes. It's like,
They
oh,
shut
you
down.
talk about that. That's private and confidential.
Right.
Give me a
Right.
break.
It's real life. It's real life.
Real life. So
It's real
these
life.
are two hormones that women need to know about.
Mm-hmm.
While you're menstruating, during
Yeah.
perimenopause, menopause time, it's important, postmenopause.
Mm-hmm.
So estrogen is mainly produced by ovaries. Now, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to make something clear there. Do you know men have estrogen too?
That's
People need
right.
to know
That's
that.
right. That's right.
Right.
And as
Men
they
have
get
it
older,
too.
it starts to impact them more. Mm-hmm.
Right, and we'll talk about that. But
Yes.
men shouldn't have too much.
Yes.
Because if you have too much, you'll have a little female tendency. You follow what I'm saying?
That's right. That's
Right.
right. That's
Just like
right.
if women
That's
have,
right.
just like if women have too much testosterone, they have a little male tendency. But we don't
That's
want to
right.
touch
That's
that
right.
tonight. Okay?
No.
Pas toucher. So let's do toucher that tonight. So let's go back now. So it's mainly produced by the ovaries, but the adrenal glands
Mm-hmm.
and fat cells in the body can
Mm-hmm.
also produce estrogen.
Fat cells in the body can produce
Yes.
estrogen.
Yes, can be some. So
Okay.
that's why when the ovary, menopause, no more ovary, egg production,
Mm-hmm.
ovary stop
We pack
producing
on a little
estrogen
more weight.
as it should.
Do we pack on a little more weight?
Be careful.
Oh.
The fat cell produce some, but back to the adrenal glands. So that's why when the ovary no longer producing estrogen as it should,
Mm-hmm.
that's where the adrenal glands come into play. That's why during the time of menopause or stress and so on, you have to take care of your adrenal glands so it can produce estrogen.
Mm. Okay, well, that right here is big time.
That is critical
Yeah.
because if you're in menopause, postmenopause, ovary not producing estrogen, follow me well
Mm-hmm.
as it should, or not producing, and you're under big stress,
Mm-hmm.
your adrenal glands cannot help as it should during that time, and you
Right.
need it.
Because it's working double over time. Double.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's why it's good to take things to calm you down
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
during that time.
That's
And
very good.
if you don't take things to calm you down during that time, you become a real wreck, man.
Mm-hmm. Burnout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the placenta to produce estrogen during pregnancy, some estrogen during
Mm-hmm.
pregnancy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a sex hormone. It affects the development. Are you there? You just called up
Mm-hmm.
when you came back. So
Yes.
estrogen influences or affects the development of female sexual characteristics,
Right.
menstrual cycle, and the function of the uterus and the breasts. Estrogen.
Mm-hmm.
It has effects on brain function, bone and heart health. And I think earlier on, I think Bushman put on something.
Mhm.
Collagen production.
Right. Skin. Make you look bright
Also
and
influence.
creamy.
Go ahead,
Mhm.
go ahead.
I was saying it makes you look bright and creamy. The collagen makes
Yes.
you look bright and creamy. Mhm.
Mhm. And not only that, but it also influences cholesterol level to some extent.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But you know something?
All connected.
See, that estrogen thing is something else, man.
Mm-hmm.
But look at this now. There are three kinds of estrogen. Three kinds.
Mm-hmm.
Three types. The first one is, and I hope I pronounce it well. I'm not a linguist like Ram. What's my cousin in Antigua again?
Rosamond?
Rosman. So Rosman, if you on and I mispronounce, forgive the brother, right? I'm a science, history, and geography guy. Okay. Or Valley. Valley is another
Very
English.
bent.
Right.
Yes.
Valley, if you on, don't criticize my pronunciation. I did not teach grade 1. Okay. I was never hooked on phonics. All right. So back from the rabbit trail. So the first one is estrone, estrone, estrone. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Or
Mm-hmm.
it is called E1, E1,
Yeah.
estrone. Right. And it's produced only in menopausal years. That's when it's produced, mainly produced in menopausal years.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second one is called estradiol. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And it's called
Mm-hmm.
the E2 estrogen. It is produced mainly during reproductive years.
Okay.
And it's considered to be the main estrogen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what they say. And the
Mm-hmm.
last one now is the E3, pronounced I think estriol.
Estriol.
And during pregnant, estriol. And it's at its peak during pregnancy.
Okay. So
Three
then that
estrogen.
estrone, that E1 is the one
Mhm.
that is most impactful during menopause,
Yeah, postmenopause. Yeah. Yeah.
postmenopause. Okay.
Because menopause is just one time, one in the time, one day or whatever, 12 months, bam, menopause, and then
Right.
postmenopause.
Okay.
Now, let's look at progesterone now.
Mm-hmm.
Progesterone is produced by the ovaries, by the adrenal glands too. We said by the placenta during pregnancy. And remember, we'll come to the guys, but in the guys, adrenal glands also produces progesterone.
Mm-hmm.
Progesterone regulates menstrual cycle, conception, and pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Progesterone regulates menstrual cycle, conception, and pregnancy. Very interesting now, it thickens the lining of the cervix so that the cervix can receive and cushion the egg that comes there.
Okay.
The embryo has to develop. So
Right.
progesterone plays a big part there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen to this now. Low levels of progesterone
Mm-hmm.
can cause irregular periods, mood changes, and difficulty getting pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Low levels of progesterone.
Right.
It is a very important hormone. Now, during menopause now, the ovary produce less progesterone,
Mm-hmm.
which can contribute to hot flashes and the other symptoms we spoke about.
Including the mood symptoms.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So two important hormones. And the
Yeah.
thing is that when they have to try to balance the other because they work opposite.
Mm.
But yeah, problem. Before we come to lifestyle choices, we'll end on I have more time on that? On this
You
on
do. You
okay.
have a good 10 minutes on this section.
Okay, good. All right. I'll make sure to follow your time, So next time you can invite me.
So we can give the
if you don't
we want
follow
to give
our
the
rule,
men equal time.
if you don't follow Dr. Triphi rule, she wouldn't invite you again.
Okay.
To follow the rule. So remember last time we talked about xenoestrogen,
Yes.
partially.
Mm-hmm.
So look at this. So if I put in my food in plastic containers and
Right.
put it in the microwave,
Mm-hmm.
stuff leaching in the food,
Right.
the pesticide, the fungicide, all those bad things they put in our food,
Mm-hmm.
they put in our food,
Mm-hmm.
gets into our body, that behaves like
That mimics.
estrogen, mimics estrogen. We call them xenoestrogen.
Mm-hmm.
So, so if you have xenoestrogen functioning as estrogen,
Mm-hmm. But it's not really estrogen.
not really estrogen, so it imbalancing the progesterone.
Okay.
So our food can affect us.
So it's like, okay, so is it like if you have the mimic, the fake, the phony estrogen, the progesterone is going to respond as if it was real
Right.
estrogen and it will act okay accordingly, but it's not real estrogen. So
So that's why we have to be careful of the foods that we eat,
mhm,
especially during those stages.
mhm. Hmm.
Think of the effect it has on men, and we'll come to
Mhm,
that when it comes to the man part. Remember to
mhm.
bring up xenoestrogen during the man part.
Yes,
So what lifestyle can we change? What
right.
lifestyle?
Okay, so I want to ask you a question about the estrogen.
Hmm.
Like, so okay, so during menopause, that estrone, that
Hmm.
E1, um, I guess, I mean, how do you, what do you need to do do you need to try to make sure that you have adequate levels of that, or no,
Yes.
or do you
Okay.
need
So
less?
you can use bioidentical estrogen cream
Yes, yes.
and
I have some
progesterone.
of that. Yes, and the progesterone. I have an NP niece that was like, Auntie, I'm gonna send you this. Just rub it on your wrist and do this.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
Good.
yes.
Also for the women, emotional balance. That's a very good thing that I
Mm,
could recommend to Auntie Sue. I hope no Auntie Sue online. I could recommend it. I could suggest to Auntie Sue
yes.
daytime HPA for emotions and a lot of other stuff that
Mm-hmm.
Auntie Sue can take.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
All right.
Yo, so you know where you gotta go to check out Fitz. You go to fitztav.com. FITZTAV.com. Okay? Or nutrition. You'll go to Nutrition Up.
That's better. Go to or you can call Nutrition Up
And
because
what's the number?
well, not my number. Nutrition Up number is 616-822-0659.
616 822
822-0659.
0659. Tell us a little bit about Nutrition Up.
So Nutrition Up was founded by a Dominican named Fitz. I think his last name is Tavernier.
Yeah.
And Nutrition Up is basically an office where where consulting is done, natural wellness consulting is done, and at the same
Mhm.
time, good quality supplements can be sold to the clients um, to boost their how to say it, provide nutrients to boost their wellness,
Very nice.
and
The
and very
supplements.
and very good quality, because the guy that founded Nutrition Up believe that give clients good things or suggest
Yeah.
to them or sell to them good things. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I had 5 more minutes. So lifestyle choices. Have a bone density. So ladies, have a bone density test to measure your bone mass. That's important. Do weight bearing exercises. Enjoy laughter. Have a good laugh daily. Please, please get some jokes and laugh. Enjoy your life. Regular massage therapy is important.
Sure.
Practice some deep breathing. have a regular mammogram, and
Mm-hmm.
also tomography is a new technique that is used too. You could check that out too.
Yeah.
Do non-impact stretching, strengthening and toning exercise. Some people call it pilates exercise. What do they call it? Pilates?
Pilates,
Pilates,
Pilates and yoga.
Pilates and
You
yoga
do that for
and
us.
so on.
Yeah.
Right. And also talk to a psychologist, a counselor.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Call Dr. Triphi.
That's
She's
right.
not
That's right. That's right.
she's not so expensive. Her fees are reasonable. Now, quickly now, things to do for hot flashes and night sweats.
Yes.
Reduce sources of stress and anxiety that can cause or increase hot flashes and night sweats. Manage
Wow.
stress.
Stress.
Limit spicy foods and drinks. Avoid
Mhm.
or lower alcohol intake. Use a quiet fan at night. Wear natural, loose, breathable clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Cooling gel pads on. Put a cooling gel pad on your mattress. A mattress. Put a cooling gel pad mattress topper on your mattress.
Okay.
Use cotton sheets.
Mm.
Now, there's something else you could do. You take 10 drops of lavender essential oil,
Mm-hmm.
15 drops of peppermint essential oil. You put that in 100 milliliters of water. You can convert milliliters to ounces or whatever. So you put
Mm-hmm.
10 drops of lavender,
Mm-hmm.
15 drops of peppermint essential oil and good essential oil, not the fake one.
Mm-hmm.
Put that in 100
Yes.
milliliters of water. Use a glass sprayer bottle, not
Okay.
plastic.
Not
Shake it,
plastic.
not plastic. You shake it, and then you could spray on your skin. It gives a cooling effect right away.
Mm. That's nice. That's nice and healthy and clear, natural. Yeah. And you say no avoid plastic la parce
Yeah.
que ikaba nou say bioidentical quality fake estrogen la. Okay?
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Can I get a 30-second stretch? I'm hot, man.
You have it a hot flash response then. Guys, this is great.
Andropause. Andropause. Let me take a little water there, please.
He's going to drink a little water, y'all. Can I say thank you for your questions and your thoughts so far? So, Faith is coming, and Faith, we're talking about menopause and andropause, and we're talking about the hormones and the lifestyle choices and the food and the body movement choices we can make and the mental changes we can make to feel better. Yeah, to feel better as we move through these changes. People actually even call it the change, right? Female hormone system, herbal blends. Wow.
Nutrition up.
Yeah. Bushman or Master Herbalist is on. We appreciate you, Bushman. And this is Dr. She's T-Ball on here, but she's Dr. Ne Astafan Boland from Dominica
She's
too.
an MD. An MD.
I want to say she's a PhD. She's a psychologist like me. I want to say that. You can let me know if I'm right, Doc.
Okay. That's doctor who you said?
Plenty Dr. Astafan Boland.
Okay. Hi, Doc. How you do?
Dominica, we have plenty, you know.
We have all kinds to help our people, man. Oh my God.
To help. Yeah. And she was saying that already you had shared a lot more valuable information that many people typically do, like in the educating of the individual. And you know, there's so much information out there, Fitz, and you can read and you can get overwhelmed by a lot of the information. You're like, okay, well, all those words, estriol, estriadol, which one is for me? What do I do? You know, so it's very helpful that you're breaking a lot of this down for us. So we appreciate you.
Thank God again for Mr. Clifford Wallace that allowed me to go to Teachers College, that make me like teaching. I really have to thank him. I'm telling you, man.
For sure.
Because one day I decided I was going to quit Teachers College, man. And he
Oh
said,
wow.
yeah, serious. And Mr. Wally said, do it,
Oh
finish it,
wow.
Fitz.
And she's a PsyD, not PhD, which is essentially the same. Well, it's very similar. We just do a different terminal project. For a PsyD versus a PhD, but you do the same kind of clinical work in
Okay.
psychology. Yeah.
Well, my approach to naturopath is clinical, as you can see. That's my approach,
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
just grandma say take that. Okay, true grandma
Yeah.
say take that, but what can it do to the body? So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
that's my
Yes.
approach. Yeah. When you're ready for the next session,
Well,
rolling.
we're ready now, ladies. I hope you took good notes. I hope you took good notes. I hope you will re-watch this. I hope you'll come back and watch this and take your time and see where you're falling within these changes and make the uh take the suggestions for how to feel better. Okay? How to think better so you can feel better and you can do better. And now this is for our guys. I have a lot of men who I want to say I actually have more men who follow me than women,
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
and the age range is right there of men who will be also a lot of them will be moving into andropause, or they are in andropause, or they've experienced it already, as well as the ladies who can be looking out for their men,
Yeah.
yeah, and their loved ones. So it's time for the guys. What is
Okay.
andropause? I call it menopause, and you were like,
Yes.
hey, it's not
So
menopause,
we
it's
also call it male
andropause.
menopause. The other phrase is male menopause. But a
Mhm.
guy don't want to hear I have menopause. I have no. So
I know,
let's
right?
be polished and sophisticated. Andropause. I have andropause.
Yes. Because that
It
I
sounds
guess
more
that feels better.
masculine. When he
Yes.
andropause, got some when he andropause yourself.
All right. So tell us what that is. What is it?
Okay.
What is that?
So it's a time when many men feel that they have lost their vitality, strength, and youth as their muscle mass, energy, and sexual performance decline.
Mm-hmm.
We call it, and from your psychological perspective, male midlife crisis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a crisis.
It is a crisis. It can cause a lot of pain on the family too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can start around age 40, surprisingly,
Mm-hmm.
when testosterone level begins to decline.
Yes.
So, if it relates to testosterone, then what is testosterone?
Right.
Because you hear a lot of that on TV about testosterone, what to take and this and that and
Mm-hmm.
so on. So, testosterone is produced mostly in the testes of men and in the
Mm-hmm.
adrenal glands. Now, also be aware, as I said earlier on, women produce testosterone too.
Right. Right.
It's right. But men, it's both the testes and adrenal glands. Is
Mm-hmm.
considered to be it is considered to be a masculine hormone.
Mm-hmm.
Just as we consider estrogen to be a feminine hormone, it's considered to be a masculine hormone. It
Mm-hmm.
produces sexual excitement. That's one important thing about it. It
Mm-hmm.
supports it supports some things, and such as metabolic activities, such as the production of blood vessels in the bone marrow. Very
Mm.
important. I'll repeat again.
Right. 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 Blood vessels.
It
Mm-hmm.
supports metabolic activities such as production of blood cells in the bone marrow, blood
Uh-huh.
cells in the bone marrow,
Cells. Mm-hmm.
and bone formation. It supports bone formation, lipid or fat metabolism, carbohydrate metabolism.
Mm-hmm.
It supports liver function.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most important one tonight, it supports prostate growth,
Mm-hmm.
healthy prostate growth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So decline in testosterone can cause andropause to take place from 40 up to 55. And
Mm.
surprisingly, some people can be above 55 and it can take place too. So let's be flexible. Like we just given the normal range, kind of,
Right.
okay? Right.
Right.
Now at age 40, very important there. We're talking about
Yeah.
declining. At age 40, its levels starts dropping by
At 40.
1% a year.
From age 40, it
Yes,
starts dropping.
levels start dropping 1% from 1% a year.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody put in my husband. Somebody
Yeah, wait. I'll let you read it. She's too funny. She said her husband said, "Why do they call it andropause? They should call it womanopause because we ladies have menopause."
Hey, who said that? That person don't cause any trouble. Yeah, don't put me in trouble tonight.
Dr. Molan that said that there. And then Marshall said he could not hold back his laughter.
Why do they call women on menopause?
I don't know. It's like they're saying pause on men. I don't know. But I think
What?
it's more about the men are or men are whatever. There's a reason. When Marshall said he couldn't hold back his laughter, men rather andropause than
Yeah, I prefer the Andro man. Andro song more masculine than look at it. My pani pot menopause, no. Andropause, brother. So one of the most important things that we're going to talk about, what causes testosterone decline?
Mm-hmm.
Very critical. So as we age, men, testosterone decreases.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reality. Okay, as we age.
Right.
But something else happens. There is a hormone, the short name for it is SHBG.
SHBG.
All the men on your program today that will listen, take note about SHBG. And that means sex hormone binding globulin.
Okay.
Sex
hormone binding globulin.
globulin.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it increases. When it increases, yeah, what happened? It traps testosterone.
Sex hormone binding. So it's like it engulfs it like a Pac-Man.
It can more day, boy.
So evolution is something else. So what does that mean? I mean, is nature trying to tell men you need to stop, you need to slow down in that arena, or what? It's just my
So
thoughts.
it makes the testosterone unavailable to exert its effect on body tissue.
Wow.
Like a theta.
Yes. Right.
Some people on your platform don't know what a theta. Explain to them.
So a theta is a river, let's call it's a river fish that sticks, it tapes itself to the rock in the river. And the river can be as rough and gushing, and that thing is going to stay applied to the stone, the rock. Yeah, it's a fish, a river fish.
So it has a high affinity to bind to testosterone. But look at
Wow.
that. But not to estrogen.
But so the estrogen now that is the little bit that's in the man's body now gets more free reign as he gets older.
Not only that, but check the xenoestrogens. You see where the problem come there now?
Right.
Because what could happen is that we could be taking testosterone, so to speak, to increase our testosterone because it's going down.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing happening because the SHBG, it kept why?
Like Pac-Man.
So if we don't deal with the SHBG, we are in trouble.
Yeah.
No,
well, why are you in trouble? Because go ahead.
Estrogen will increase in men based on the xenoestrogen.
And so I'm sure you'll tell us what that looks like in real life, how that manifests, like how does that impact men then if the estrogen gets high?
We will come to the effects of less testosterone in the body. We will come to that. But I just wanted to sing down that SHBG is dangerous and men need to be aware of that hormone.
Yeah. Okay.
So over 40% of SHBG protein circulates unbound in man's bloodstream. It's unbound, circulating the bloodstream,
Just free.
seeking for testosterone.
So almost like seeking for whom he may devour.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, here's some suggestions
Mm.
to lower the SHBG. Suggestions. We're not prescribing now. Remember that? We don't prescribe.
Right.
We're not licensed to do that in the US. Okay, so we're very careful. And the information we give now is not approved by the
By the FDA. It's not meant to be medical advice either.
Right. Good. We are analyzing, evaluating, educating, and suggesting.
That's right.
And I hope, and if Bushman is still on the program, he'll tell you nettle root. Nettle root is good. Nettle, N-E-T-T-L-E, nettle root.
Okay,
hope I'm pronouncing it well. Nettle root, because it binds to SHBG. It is believed that it can bind to the SHBG.
Okay.
Now the other word is difficult. Pygeum. I hope Pygeum. P-Y-G-E-U-M. Pygeum. I hope I pronounce it correctly.
Okay.
Was my pronunciation correct? Pygeum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it can block the effects. It is said that it can block the effects of the SHBG.
Okay.
Avena sativa. That's an extract from the straw of the oat.
Okay.
It is believed that it frees bound testosterone.
It frees, so it comes to rescue the testosterone that was maybe captured by the SHBG.
PG, right.
That's
our body interesting, you know.
Okay? It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting. Oh.
We're having fun tonight, yeah?
It's quite interesting.
Well, when you invite me, you get fun. Okay, that's it. A naturopath.
But you know what I'm thinking is that all of that feels like war. You know, it feels like war, like a battle is happening in your body.
That's why men in Andropause, they have short fuse.
Yeah.
When their woman or their wife or whoever talk to them, their girlfriend or whatever talk to them, the answer short.
Yes.
You come out and play cricket and you didn't buy what I asked you for. So
so two people in the house at the same phase of life.
Now you're talking.
Mm-hmm.
And that have nothing to do with the devil.
Yeah.
It's our hormonal imbalance.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we understand how the body functions,
mm-hmm.
we are better able to improve our relationships and understand the emotional trauma that each person is going through. Back to your field again, emotional trauma.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Are we moving good so far?
We're moving good so far. I'm just thinking to myself how we can really hurt ourselves and each other from a lack of knowledge. Yeah. Without knowledge, a lot of people perish.
You remember when I said a lot of divorce take place during that time?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But some people even know why I behave in the way I behave.
Right.
Okay. Next one is, I hope I pronounce it well. Damiana. D-A-M-I-A-N-A. Damiana. Am I correct?
Okay. Like Damiana. Okay.
Yeah. And it can help to also block the effect of
SHBG
on testosterone. Yeah.
Okay.
So andropause, issues in andropause now. Let's hit the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Not just the women have issues, the men have issues. So during andropause, some of the issues are emotional, psychological, and behavioral changes. During andropause, we have emotional, psychological, and behavioral changes.
Yeah.
Also decrease, we have frequent urination.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't talk about it. That's a different subject on prostate and so that's a total different subject. Then you have decreased muscle mass or loss of muscle strength. Decreased muscle mass or loss of muscle strength. That's why during that time, guys go to the gym, you know, to get back themselves, you know.
Yes.
Feel like a man again. Come back to life, brother. so flimsy then. Get back.
Lazarus, come forth.
Lazarus, come forth, man. Lack of energy. Increase upper and middle body fat.
Right.
That's why you see men have that big tummy there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That in andropause, that influences that.
Mm-hmm.
Lack of energy, decreased sex drive or libido, loss
Mm-hmm.
of height.
Loss of height.
Mm-hmm. Some people just get a little shorter.
Oh no.
Yeah, loss of height.
Yeah.
Increase cardiovascular risk factors.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Decrease in strength and or endurance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there's the big one now. Decrease enjoyment in life.
Mm-hmm. Depression, the move towards
Yeah.
depression, less pleasure in things you used to find enjoyable.
Even their work,
Yeah.
it just the enjoyment in work in some men can just decrease. Enjoyment in sports during that time, to the ability to do that, it decrease.
Right.
So it's a serious thing.
It is serious because it changes your quality of life.
Yeah. And sometimes men don't want to talk about it, especially us,
Right.
because they feel ashamed. No, it's life.
Yeah.
And if we understand, as I said, what is happening, we are better able to get help and address it and work with it.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't be naive or be unrealistic. Like, it is reality.
For sure.
So what are some dietary considerations for andropause? Some people may be asking, what are some dietary considerations? What are some supplements that can be suggested? And we come back to red meat again. Limit red meats. Fried foods. And there's a whole thing on that. We can't go into that now. Full fat dairy foods. Limit that. And limit your favorite caffeine coffee. I didn't say don't drink coffee. I say
Limits.
moderation.
Everything in moderation. Limits.
And a big one is sugar, because at that time men like to eat sweet things, sugar. Limit sugar. And that sugar thing is a long story by itself. We can't get into that tonight. Seeds and nuts are good food sources for sexual health. Seeds and nuts. I know pumpkin seed is a good one for sure. And Bushman, I shall be able to talk about the pumpkin seeds. Some supplemental supports, including herbs. Tribulus is a good one. Tribulus can raise testosterone levels. It is said Tribulus can raise it. Tribulus is good.
So like Tribulus.
Yes. Tribulus. I take Tribulus. Yeah, three a day.
Okay.
Ginkgo biloba for impotence.
That ginkgo is a super plant. A super.
Ginkgo is good. Bushman for sure will be aware of that, know about that. And another one I'm going to say, and I know Bushman knows about it. Saw palmetto for prostate health. Saw palmetto. That's a biggie. Also, can I say something? Like women go. Let me suggest something from a naturopathic standpoint. Nutrition, I'm talking about, not both women in menopause and men in andropause. A suggestion that I could add, a suggestion to Auntie Sue or Uncle Bennett. Or you know what? A suggestion I would give Uncle Bennett and Auntie Sue is, you can take B complex in the morning and then take magnesium at night, magnesium glycinate or magnesium taurinate. Can we continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You heard what Uncle Ben just said there? Take B complex in the morning and magnesium glycinate or magnesium taurinate in the evening.
At night.
Especially magnesium glycinate, okay?
Okay.
No, Uncle Ben was not prescribing, okay? Remember that.
Uncle Ben was just saying that's something that he might take, in that phase of life.
Okay, good. B complex, okay. PGM, good for
Mm-hmm.
prostate. Zinc, 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 good for the prostate. Zinc. I'm repeating myself. Zinc.
Yeah.
Limit or eliminate alcohol. That will
Mm.
help prostate health. Limit, moderation again. A protein shake in the morning is very good. A
Mm.
protein shake. And a good protein.
What does that mean?
Well, because there are protein on the market that's unhealthy.
Mm.
And if someone wants to know good protein, they could check a
Mm-hmm.
naturopath in the area, or they could call
Mm-hmm.
nutrition up if they care to.
Yeah.
Because
Marshall is asking
protein is
one
good for
thing.
muscle mass.
Question: the PGM is good for the prostate.
Yes.
Prostate for Bennett. For Mr. Bennett.
I hope there's no Mr. Bennett on your
There is
program.
no
Hey,
prostate is
according to
Mr.
those Dominican,
Bennett.
don't put me in trouble, you know. So protein shake is good to take in the morning, especially good to take in the morning, good for muscle mass. L-glutamine, I hope I pronounce it well. L-glutamine, I hope I pronounce it correctly. G-L, then G-L-U-T-A-M-I-N-E. Okay, it stimulates hormone growth and also increase muscle mass. And you know another thing that is good for men to take? Women too. Daily, a green drink daily. And Bushman maybe knows about that. A green drink. You put some green leaves, green stuff together, and you blend that into a juice. And one good green drink, like baby spinach. Let me give you an example quickly. Baby spinach. You take a handful of baby spinach. You put it in some good water. I mean, good, not pure
Clean
water,
water.
but clean water. Put it to soak in a ounce of water overnight. Put it to soak overnight. And then the next day, you blend it with whatever you want to add to it.
Okay. So what's the value of the overnight?
Organic baby spinach. Organic.
What's the value of soaking it overnight?
It get to loosen
certain things.
Yeah, loosen stuff.
Okay.
And a green drink, we said it has chlorophyll, right?
Right.
And chlorophyll, just as blood to us, chlorophyll is blood to the plant, life to the plant. So it helps to clean, detoxify the blood, right? And also help to raise the pH. Okay. Good. Another herb, Bushman might be familiar with that as an herbalist, is sarsaparilla root. sarsaparilla.
Okay.
Sarsaparilla root. It helps to decrease. So if there is decreased libido, it helps to increase.
Sarsaparilla.
Right. Sarsaparilla. Okay. And the last one I suggest is maca root. And I'm sure Bushman family, maca root can help to increase maca root. That's a big one. Also, women can take maca root too. Women, definitely. And Nutrition Hub has a product with maca root, yes, for that, yes. And also perimenopause. Now, in closing now, we're back to progesterone. So Dr. John Lee said, progesterone is a precursor to testosterone because progesterone is a precursor to a lot of hormones. So if progesterone is a precursor to testosterone, so supplementing the body with 10 milligrams of it topically was good for the average andropausal male. Take that into consideration.
And when you say topically, you mean just rub it on your skin?
There are different where the skin is thin, but you don't rub it on the same place all the while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And lastly, we talk about the adrenal glands, but I want to bring it back again.
Mm-hmm.
Adrenal glands help with hormone production and conversion when the testes slow down with age, so keep it healthy.
Okay.
Right. Now, we, as I said early on, before we had a chat early on, that lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
choices, we have to bring that in.
Yes.
Exercise, exercise,
Mm-hmm.
exercise. Men,
Mm-hmm.
exercise, exercise. I know you cannot run like before. I
Mm-hmm.
know you cannot jump like before. Maybe you can't play cricket like before, soccer like before, football like before, but do some exercise. Do a little walking. Yeah, even if it's a little
Mm-hmm.
walking, do some of that. Yeah.
Dancing,
Yeah.
stretching,
And so on. Stress
weight.
management. Don't forget that
Mm-hmm.
one, Dr. Triphi. Stress management, critical.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
And if someone on the program doesn't know doesn't know the art or the science, whatever, or the techniques to manage stress, Dr. Triphi is right there. As I said, our prices are reasonable.
And I try to talk about this on Thursdays on transforming trauma. I try to give strategies like that a lot. There are tons of videos right now on my page with
Very important. Yeah.
how to manage stress.
Yeah. Have a personal physician. That's important.
Yeah.
Have a
Mm,
counselor or psychologist
yeah.
to talk to, naturopath,
Yeah.
an herbalist,
For
master
sure.
herbalist. Good friendship is important during those times. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't be an island by yourself, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good friendship. And very important, Dr. Triphi. Learn to express anger constructively
Mm-hmm.
and not destructively.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your field. I know you can talk about that. Learn to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
express anger constructive. Don't hold it inside and then you
Right.
burst.
For
Don't I
sure.
want you, you know. What have
For
I
sure.
yourself? No, no, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Right. Or don't drink extra alcohol because you're stressed out and you don't want to talk about it.
Right. If you're
Mm-hmm.
angry, calm down, find another time probably to express yourself in the most civilized way.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said something there. Walk.
Yeah.
Go in the, I mean, talk like a Dominican now. Walk. Boy, go in the river. Go in the pool. Pull some grass. Do some gardening.
For sure.
You
For
have me
sure.
talking like a Dominican now.
Sure. And Bushman said also that soaking the spinach reduces the amount of oxalic acid.
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
As I said, I don't want to go into all chemistry stuff to like
Uh-huh.
prescribe because I have to be careful here.
Uh-huh.
Because being
Yeah.
a traditional naturopath, there's something I don't want to say online, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope your audience understand that.
Yes, they
I'm in the
do. They
US,
do.
yeah.
They
Because
do.
you know why? I'll tell you why, Dr. Triphi.
Tell
There,
me.
there was a naturopath that went to the Caribbean and
Mm-hmm.
freely spoke, and
Mm-hmm.
then something happened in a country where we have been controlled, and
Mm-hmm.
somebody brought that up and a tape from the Caribbean and said, "Look, he said that he was
Mm-hmm.
prescribing." So that's why I'm very careful on your program.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
So
appreciate that. I appreciate
yeah,
you offering so much information, but I completely understand that
yeah.
part too. Yeah.
So we could talk about, but we won't do that tonight. We could talk about the prostate and all kinds of stuff,
Mhm.
but I think that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah.
That's
That's
enough.
a good amount of
That's enough.
information.
That's enough.
Yeah. Joanne was asking instead of spinach, could kale work?
Okay, so probably one day we could have a thing on foods, digestion and foods and so on. No, kale, no.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with kale, it has been said that one of the plant foods that have a lot of heavy metals is kale.
Mm.
So if you're using kale, use organic baby kale, but don't you? My suggestion is I would not use too much kale because in my studies I found that was being said kale and have
Okay.
heavy metal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use kale, but be careful with too much kale,
Yeah.
especially in your
Yes.
smoothies. My suggestion in your smoothies, use organic baby spinach and not too much kale because of heavy metals. There's so much to talk about, but people I can't give all in one shot.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Look, let's just go through some of the comments. They're thanking you. Marshall is saying he truly appreciates your presentation.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I want to reiterate Elizabeth's coping strategies to manage stress. These things work. I'm telling you, just walk, take a walk, go in the river, go sit somewhere out in nature, wherever that is,
Yeah.
on the beach, in the forest, on a rock in the river. Go sit there for a
That's
little
good
bit.
therapy. That's good
That's
therapy.
it.
Yeah.
Just you don't have to do anything. Just go sit there. Forgive
And
yourself an hour.
I didn't go much into the psychological emotional aspect because that's your field, as a
Mm-hmm.
naturopath, then that's important.
Mm-hmm.
But even if I am having a consultation,
Yes.
most time eating a lot of food is just a symptom. You froze. I was saying eating a lot of food sometimes is just a symptom. Or
Yes.
not feeling well. So a lot of time is way back to trauma.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But that's your field, so I didn't want to touch that tonight.
For sure. For
I stayed
sure.
in my lane.
You're trying to work within your scope of competence.
Right. Good, 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 good.
So do some gardening, like putting your hand in the dirt, in the soil. One of the most healing things. It's very grounding. It helps
Yeah.
you to reset. Yes, helps you to reset.
And there are lots of okay, for the men, so like prostate power is good. You
Mm-hmm.
have prostate system is good. You have
Yes.
testo 180. So nutrition hub have stuff. If they cannot find things somewhere, call nutrition hub.
So
Um,
616-822-0659,
Mon-
nutrition up.
Monday to Fridays is from 5:36 to 9
Mm-hmm.
by appointment over the phone or wherever you are. And
Mm-hmm.
Saturdays, if you're in Charlotte area, it's from 8 to 1:33. So
And online, the website is.
yeah, but on the website more or less talk about me and some things. But
But
if
they can
someone,
connect with you from the
yeah,
website as well,
yeah,
right? They can send a message from your
yeah,
contact box or
fitstaff.com website, yeah.
yes. Dr. Boland was saying digestive enzymes before each meal have helped her with indigestion and heartburn. It helped her minimize that.
But as I said, one day for an hour, it's up to
Yes,
you. We could
yes.
just do digestion. I mean, it will change some people's life.
I think that's powerful, and I appreciate you offering the time too, because I will take you up on it. Um, or
I
Master
talk too
Owen.
much, so you're picking me up on everything. But digestion is really. I'm a digestive health specialist, and that's my passion. Yeah,
Mhm.
digestive health. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we could do a full
Bushman
hour.
said, "Thank you. We're enjoying your humor and the knowledge you bring. We appreciate you, bro.
Hope to meet Bushman one day, man.
For real, for real.
Is he
I hope
is he in Brooklyn or is he in Dominica? Where is he?
he is in the U.S. In the U.S. I don't know if it's Florida. Bushman, you can let us know.
So one day he must
Yeah.
give me a call, man. Let's talk. One day we should chat, man.
Yes, yes. This right here again is a review of some of the symptoms. I mean, a lot of people are out here struggling and confused because even though you read it in the books and you're like, but this is this really what's happening to me? You know, with the brain fog and the depression, the irritability, anxiety, joint pain, heart palpitations, insomnia, indigestion, heartburn, hot flashes, night sweats. I just think that sometimes we're like, it can't be because your life is happening too, and other things are going on. So it's easy to blame what you're feeling on the other things that might be going on.
But
Yeah.
also within sometimes our West Indian culture, not being sarcastic or funny, but then people actually say, well, say they are black fesa. No, no, no. And sometimes we treat people like they're evil because they do some things. No.
Exactly.
Hormonal imbalance, people.
Exactly. Yeah.
But ignorance is a bad thing. When we
Ignorance is a bad thing.
when we don't know, we suffer. When we don't know, we punish people unnecessarily.
Yeah. And
That's why.
sometimes when we get information, we can be resistant to information as well.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's why
Well,
I'm so passionate of what I do, helping
yeah.
people.
Well, what do you want to leave the people with tonight? What do you want to leave us with tonight?
Oh, that's you always ask me a big question. But you have exhausted me and make me get hot flashes. in my andropause stage.
What do you
Male
want to
menopause.
summarize? Summarize, teacher,
Okay, so
teacher Fitz.
here's the thing. If you're going through perimenopause, or even you have menstrual issues, going through postmenopause, andropause, or male menopause, don't make yourself feel guilty for what
Mm-hmm.
is happening in your life. Don't bring much trauma, emotional trauma on you. Seek help because what we don't know can hurt us
For sure.
and hurt us so bad that can mess up our relationship, mess up our fellowship or friendship with people. People can get a bad impression of us unnecessarily.
Mm-hmm.
It's never too late to get help. Don't be afraid. Don't talk to any and anybody because some people will misunderstand
Mm-hmm.
what is happening to you. Find professional help if you can.
Mm-hmm.
If not, someone that you can confide in, you can trust. Because not every, some people like to talk people business, so don't talk
Yeah.
to someone that will talk your business.
Mm-hmm.
Have someone caddy, but take care of yourself as much as you can, and do what you can do. Because all the suggestions I give tonight, there sometimes you have access to certain things, you don't have access to certain things, but do what you can do. And if you live in Dominica, there are lots of natural stuff that you can
Mm-hmm.
use. Find out about them.
Mm-hmm.
Get in contact with people like Bushman, master herbalists like Bushman,
Mm-hmm.
and take care of yourself, man.
All
Enjoy
right.
life. Enjoy life.
Enjoy life.
Enjoy
Enjoy
life.
life. Enjoy life. And so, on this note, even if during that phase of life it can feel super confusing, tumultuous, you wondering, oh my God, will I make it? What is happening to me? Is this the end for me? Is this the end of the road? There's help. That's what
And
I
the,
hear
ne-
you saying.
and the next thing, Dr. Triphi, is don't blame Papa God. Ask him for strength, ask him for grace, ask him for wisdom, ask
Yes,
him for an extra ounce of divine, I call it divine energy to face the day when you get up.
yes,
Yeah. And be
yes,
thankful for every little thing that you have and can do. And understand if you have a spouse or boyfriend or whatever, girlfriend or wife, whoever, try to understand each other.
one foot in front of the other. Marshall is saying suicide. I mean, depression hurts. Depression is life threatening. Depression will take your life. Yeah. So he says some of these imbalances they trigger a lot of depression and they contribute to that as well. And so we have to take it seriously. The hormones, they are like a tornado. They will cause a lot of in the body.
And if you
And
have the yo one,
yes,
signal quick.
yes, yes. Okay, so when you come upon this video, let us know where you're listening to us from. Reach out to Fitz Tavernier. It's fitztav.com. His number is on the program. What is it again, Fitz? How can they reach
Six
you again?
616-822-0659. Monday to
And
Fridays from 5:36 to 9, and Saturdays from 8 down to 1 or 2.
yes, we deserve to live a good life. Yeah, we deserve to live a good life. I just want to keep encouraging you to think better so you can feel better and you can do better. Lean into, as Elizabeth is saying, your higher power, your spiritual connection. Ask for guidance, ask for support. You are not no man is an island, no woman is an island. Okay? Let's lean on each other for support. All right? Because nous parler un lot fois. I will let you all know who my next guest for Sit on the Couch with Dr. Triphi is going to be on this coming Sunday. Look out for it. All right? Peace, Michael. Happy
God bless.
Sunday. God
God bless
bless
everybody.
y'all. Peace.
Thanks, Dr. Triphi.
You're very welcome.
Bye.